Men can't understand it no matter how hard they are. Determined to destroy all monsters, others turn into monsters. Then he was beaten by the defense team's childhood sweetheart. A day of hunting thousands of miles. After inexplicably swallowing the little monster raw, Kafka transformed instantly, becomes a humanoid monster with a skull-like face, entire body. There is no trace of the original human being. Only the sound has not changed much, so that Lionel can still trust him. But the old man passing by is different. Please smile first to resolve the misunderstanding. Follow Lionel's advice. Kafka tried to smile, but it gets darker and darker. The fangs in his mouth made that face look even more terrifying. The old man directly spat out foam at the mouth and fainted in fear. Kafka subconsciously stepped forward and asked, unexpectedly, I just put my hand on the door frame. I almost tore the entire wall down, including the ceiling. It was twisted and shattered. Suddenly, countless fragments fell from the top of his head. This amazing sight. Kafka and Leno were startled. Did I do it? Kafka expressed panic. Such wanton destruction of yourself. Wouldn't you really become a monster? Then the two wanted to escape as soon as possible before the defense team arrived. But the noise just now caused the patients to walk out of the door, crowded in the aisles. Kafka was in a hurry and chose to jump out of the window to escape. He grabbed the slide rail and pushed it gently. Even the glass bag walls were turned to dust. What's wrong with this body? Kafka didn't understand, but there was no time for him to think about it. Hurry up and jump off the stairs. Lionel naturally followed suit. On the other side, due to this unexpected encounter, Abelmina couldn't help but recall the past while taking a bath when he was a child, and a little fear of huge monsters. At that time, Kafka patted his chest to tell him not to worry. I will always be by her side. The great liar recalled Kafka's present. Mina couldn't help but scold. Suddenly, my mobile phone rings. His orders officially go to the hospital to hunt for monsters. The streets were empty at this time due to receiving a disaster notification from the defense team. People nearby consciously hid at home and did not go out, just for the two to escape, just in case. I have to check again. Are you really a senior? Leno, the leader, looked back. His jaw dropped in shock. At this time, Kafka couldn't control his body. His legs turned into octopus. Several small heads also grew on top of their heads. The next second, in Kafka's mouth, a tongue with teeth stuck out. Just heard a whoosh. The tongue instantly ejected tens of meters. Bite the crow on the utility pole with one bite. Aha, yes.
I'm eating Craven's Wrath.
Kafka gradually adapted to his body. Instead, he shouted like he was showing off. So disgusting. It's really disgusting. Senior Lionel couldn't help but complain loudly. Now Kafka finally managed to control his body, but the heart problem immediately appeared. I felt like urinating. Self-esteem as a man. Kafka doesn't want to solve it on the main road. Besides, I can't find that thing on my body right now. Just when he could not hold it in. Squeaking. Two clear streams shot out from his chest. I can't get married anymore. Just let me die here. Kafka's self-esteem was frustrated, falling to the ground and shouting. Yeah, it's okay. Lionel wants to pull Kafka, but he couldn't move this body at all. What will happen to me? Can I become a defender after being lost? Kafka still had a trace of luck in his heart. Just shake your head like a rattle drum. To express this, no matter how you look at it, you're the one who will be executed on the spot. Is your life going to be? Is it over here? Kafka was in a trance. The two had already run to the cordon. Suddenly a vague feeling flashed through my mind, like he sensed something. Kafka stopped walking. What's coming? This idea is getting stronger and stronger. Leno thought he was talking about the defense team. I was about to urge him to leave quickly. Kafka said that the feeling came from the ground. Residential areas behind the rain. There was a loud noise as a monster broke out of the ground. Kafka stared into the distance, which means it's the same fish beast that attacked them. Good opportunity. That case, there will be fewer defense teams here in search of people. Asylum information was released before. There should be no casualties. Leno urged Kafka to run quickly, but at this time, Kafka had a sense of indifference far beyond ordinary people. He seemed to realize something. In the distant collapsed houses, a mother was pressed under the wardrobe, unable to move. Behind the crying child, the huge monster let out a low roar, begging you, run quickly. The seriously injured mother wails, but the naughty child did not listen to advice at this time. He just wants to be with his mother. Please, please. Seeing the monster open its mouth, the mother's wailing became even faster. At this time, he is no longer urging you. It's more like begging for mercy. Fish and beasts don't care so much. The moment it bit down, Kafka arrived in time. He just punched. Just take this fish beast that is dozens of times its size, knocked to the ground. This astonishing power surprised him himself. But with this open mouth, scared the little girl. Kafka quickly smiled and apologized. Naturally, it had the opposite effect. The little girl cried on the spot, facing the fish beast that got up again. Kafka clenched his fist and blocked it in front of everyone. He asked Lionel to take care of her mother and daughter. Decided to try a serious punch. Thunder suddenly shot out from his tight right arm. Stay away, and Kafka shouts. He silently started the countdown. Throw your upper hook seriously. The huge body of the fish beast, like an egg, has been hit by a heavy hammer. Just explode and blow it away. The astonishing power stunned everyone, accompanied by the bloody shadow falling from the top of his head. Kafka was deeply aware. This is a move that must never be used on humans. Already fine. Take your mother to the hospital. Kafka turned to look at the girl, but after being drenched in blood, the already scary face was even more ferocious. The little girl instinctively became afraid. He subconsciously hid behind Lionel, even if it's not recognized by the rescuers. Kafka was not discouraged. Instead, he knelt down on one knee to comfort his girl. Come on. That brother will take you somewhere safe. I'll leave right away too. Don't worry. Kafka turned around and left. His friendly behavior finally gave the girl courage. Said thank. Seeing this, memories of the past come back to my mind. When Mina was afraid, didn't you promise? We'll always be there for him. Now he has left himself far behind. Yeah, I have to go. Kafka was determined again. I'll take care of this. Senior, hide quickly. Leno's shouts brought Kafka back to reality.
Lionel.
I really can't give up. I have to go to that guy. Kafka had just finished speaking. The bone armor on his face also peeled off with the wind.